Good morning. It's a beautiful day here in the Los Padres National Forest in Santa Barbara, and I'm going to continue on to where there's a whole bunch of trailheads deeper in the forest. There's also a river there, so let's get going. All right, so I'm at Ranger Peak, and I'm not quite to my destination, but I really like this spot. There's a lot of solar. I can get a little bit of cell phone reception, and I know I won't get any reception if I go further down to where the river and the trail network is. So I don't have to use a whole bunch of power running the Starlink here. So I really like that. Um, this area actually has a little bit of snow, which is kind of cool. And I don't usually see much snow, so I kind of like being close to that. If I go any further down, then there won't be any more snow. And then there's this dirt road here that leads to an abandoned mine and another trail. So if I want, I can walk down or drive down this trail and go explore there. So I like the spot. I think I'll just chill here. All right, Cosmo and I are gonna go check out Ranger Peak. Okay, I left my rig behind and I'm on the unofficial Ranger Peak Trail. And I have Hurricane Deck behind me. That's that stratified rock. And then if you go way out that way, there's Bakersfield. And this is the tallest peak in the immediate area. And there's a little bit of snow up here, so I thought I'd check it out. And Cosmo was tired, so I'm picking him up and carrying him for the last little bit. All right, so we're at the top of Ranger Peak, and you can see the Pacific Ocean, or at least the marine layer from the Pacific Ocean right back there. And then we have the coastal range, and we have Cachuma Lake. And Santa Barbara is just behind the coastal range. But this is really special because you have the ocean in sight, but then there's also snow right here. And looking at this is all wide open and it's beautiful, but I think it might be some sort of fire containment line. All right, so I've decided to stay here for at least tonight to get some work done. Good morning from Los Padres National Forest. I'm going to take Cosmo out and decide where I'm going to go for the day. Don't go crazy. Yeah. So I'm pretty hungry. I'm going to eat this breakfast, and then I think I'm going to head down to the trail network and the river. Cosmo seems to be kind of bored of this location, so I think it'll be a little bit better if he can look out the window and see the river, and there's just a little bit more going on. So I think by moving down to the river, he'll have a little bit more to look at. We'll have more to do since there's a lot of trails down there, and just more stuff to see, more smells to smell. And I would love to do a van tour, and I'm working on that, but I'm still organizing everything, and I'm still figuring out how I use different things like my stove and just really everything in my van. So I feel like it hasn't really all come together. So once I have a system for everything and everything's clean and organized, then that's when I'm going to do the van tour. When I lived in San Francisco, there was this one breakfast spot that would put cheese in the hash browns and then fry it and make like a hash brown sandwich. So I kind of just made something like that. Good boy. All right, we're heading out. But I am surprised that this area is open, given that there's a storm rolling in a couple days. Not want to be here when a storm comes in. We're here, boy. You ready? Good boy. Are you excited now, Cosmo? Are you going in the water? Let's go. Go back to the car. I got a wet boy now. We're going back to the car. So I was just chilling by the trailheads in the river and it was getting dark, and then all of a sudden I got a knock on my windshield, and this couple had ran out of battery in their car and they were parked about a quarter mile up the mountain. I guess they had just parked at a lookout spot and, left their lights on or their radio on or something. So they had walked down and found my van, and I drove them back up and jumped their car. And now I'm at that lookout spot where I jumped their car. And I think I'll just stay here for the night. It's actually more level than my spot at the river. Um, and tomorrow morning, I'll just drive back down to the river, and it's great because now I did a good deed and I'm in a level spot. And since I'm driving a little bit, it's going to recharge my batteries. So it's just a win-win all around. But I just used one of those portable jumpers. They cost about 30 bucks. This has saved me so many times and it's allowed me to help other people. And apparently nowadays you don't want to use jumper cables, especially if you have a newer car, because that surge in electricity can damage modern cars' electronics. So these are apparently a little bit safer in that regard. And then if you have to jump someone, you aren't risking your own car's electronics to jump them. So this is what I used, and I've saved many other people. And if I hadn't have had this, and I don't have any other jumper cables, then it would have been a pretty bad situation for them. They might have to stay the night in their truck. Good morning. So I just woke up at the pullout where I jumped that couple last night, and now I'm going to head back down to the trailhead. And I found a watering hole yesterday that I've never seen there before, so I'm going to try to go in that. It should be about 70 degrees today, so it should be a great time.
really chilly in the water, but as soon as you get out and the sun hits you, it's not so bad.